Next up at UFC Vegas 85, we have Themba Gorimbo taking on Pete Rodriguez. Themba Gorimbo, 11-4 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off his first official UFC win. He's taking on Pete Rodriguez. Pete Rodriguez, 5-1 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off 2 failed weight attempts against Natan Levy and is now moving up a weight class.
How many do you have? I didn't like that Tony used on dead.
I've never missed weight.
That's my boy.
I've never missed weight.
That's
He's now moving up to welterweight. He is stepping up on somewhat short notice. I think it's 3-4 weeks, something like that. So it's not as if it's insanely short notice, but this isn't full fight camp type situation. And good for him because he couldn't make weight with a full fight camp. So he moved up to welterweight. We got Themba Gorimbo. This guy is a distant striker. He is the guy, before everybody starts going on about The Rock. But somebody was commenting all negative, Nancy. If The Rock wasn't virtue signaling and buying this guy a house, who gives a shit? We should be happy for this guy. We all love this sport. Some of these guys don't make a living wage. And The Rock bought him an apartment. We should be happy for him. Instead of hating on strangers for no reason.
He's a former lock of the week. And I actually, when I messaged him that he was a lock of the week, and after he won, I sent him a message, as I do all my lock of the weeks, and was like, hey, congratulations on the win. That was an awesome win, lock of the week. And he actually responded. He's a nice dude. Yeah. I sent him my video. He watched the video. There you go.
Yeah, great. Heart, muscle sign. Okay, so we got Themba Gorimbo. This guy's a distant striker.
Gorimbo.
Whatever. What? Gorimbo. Themba Gorimbo. At least I said Themba and not Themba.
Angelo Botetti.
Dude, I get Anthony today. Like, people call me Anthony to this day.
It hurts your feelings, doesn't it?
Just a month ago, one of the guys, and he's not like, I don't like hang out with him that much, but because this kid's way older than ours. He was riding by on his bike. He goes, "Hey, Anthony."
Can we get on with the breakdowns? I mean, me and Mark are sitting here just...
yeah, we're
trying to get to the fucking breakdowns, man.
Jacob and Mark. Well, here you go. Themba Gorimbo. Guy's a distant striker. He manages his range well. He's going to pick his shots, take his time. He is very long for this weight class. He uses that length well. He's going to keep you at bay. He's typically a counter striker, but if he sees an opening, he will charge in. Solid takedown defense. He's going to widen his base, stuff the head, make people carry his weight. His offensive takedowns are okay as well, and he showcased those in his last fight against Takashi Sato, where he had a knockdown, 3 takedowns, and a pretty solid performance in his first UFC win. Taking on Pete Rodriguez. This guy is
Pete.
A brawler.
Say it.
He throws bombs.
He's feeling what? Do you even know the line?
I get there. Oh, I get there. It's the end of this. It's in my script. Let me get to my script.
You really said it in your script?
Yes, I've broken this fight down 3 times.
Say what?
You're going to wait a minute and you'll hear. He throws bombs. He comes forward no matter what.
Put some passion.
He only has 6 professional fights, but he did manage to get a UFC win under his belt against Mike Jackson. Pete is powerful, but he is sloppy. And anybody with some clean technique is going to run right through him. He's coming off 2 failed weight attempts against Natan Levy, and most recently, a failed weight cut where he wasn't feeling very magical. Foo. See, I got there. I cannot believe that Pete is in the UFC still. He should not be in the UFC still. You can't miss weight that dramatically 2 times, have fights canceled left and right like that with that skill level and stay in the UFC. I think he's doing him a favor, stepping up on short notice, going up in weight. I think they love, they want Themba to do well here. And I think it's set up that way. And I think Themba's going to win. I think the odds make sense. He is the far better fighter. Minus 350 did seem a little wide because Pete is dangerous. But outside of dangerous one-punch knockout power here, Themba's going to be the more technical guy. He's going to manage range better. He's going to be the better, more well-rounded overall fighter. As long as he can avoid that big one-punch, he'll be totally fine. So Themba's going to be the pick. Just not a Pete Rodriguez guy. And nothing against Pete. It's really just because of Jacob and how annoyingly high he is on that guy and how he insisted he was going to beat Natan Levy twice in a row. Pete Rodriguez was Jacob's underdog lock of the week against Natan Levy just to miss weight and have the fight canceled twice. Go ahead, Jacob. Tell us how Pete Rodriguez is going to win, and then I'm going to have a bet $100 on it because you're a dope. Go ahead, Jake.
How mad are you right now? I didn't even
I actually don't know where that came from. I'm going to be honest with you. I just had like this pent up because you were very annoying. You were very annoying when you picked me. Tomorrow I can drink. No, in 2 days.
So
is that what you were going to ask?
28 days or 29. What's the day today? 30th?
Today's the 30th. I'm 30 days sober.
Hey.
Shakes are gone.
Hey.
I did
Get some. Hey, like the stream if you haven't already.
Thank you so much.
Become a premium member. That is big, man. That is
so
big,
funny?
but you can't wait for that. That's the shame. Honestly, that is kind of a shame that you're looking forward to the next drink.
I actually don't know. I'm sure I'll have a drink this weekend, but I will say, once you kick the habit of like, I'm sitting down, I need a drink, I'm watching TV. Once you kick that, like we would go out to dinner, once you kick that habit, it doesn't matter anymore. So that's all gone. You're going out to eat, doing all the things. And people think I'm a bona fide alcoholic. Like I'm actually, there are people who actually struggle with alcoholism who have accomplished things by not drinking. I'm just a suburban dope that had some drinks and Jacob pretended I had a problem. But go ahead and break down this fight, please.
I just need a quick question for you, fight related. You said Themba is the more, and by the way, love both these guys. Right, Themba, as you mentioned, former Lock of the Week winner. Pete Rodriguez was going to destroy the top. Yes. There's no doubt about that.
And so why didn't he get that opportunity? What happened?
Well, I think his grandmother was having health issues.
That's right, his grandma died. He's posting pictures from Disneyland, feeling magical, foo, and then like Granny croaked, and then he missed weight 2 separate times, weeks apart. Go ahead.
Sorry about that, Pete. I'm a big fan of Pete and Dead Game and what he's all about. You mentioned that Themba is the better overall fighter. I completely disagree with that. Themba's striking is lackluster at best. It's not what he does, right? He wants to get the takedowns. He wants to get the control. And you can tell in his striking, right? He's long and rangy, but he's not fast with it. And the way that he commits with shots and over-commits with shots against Pete Rodriguez boxing, it's going to be big trouble for Themba. He needs the takedowns to win this fight. He cannot win this fight against Pete Rodriguez on the feet. There's no question about it. He needs the takedowns. And one of the most underrated aspects of Pete Rodriguez's game is his wrestling, is his grappling. That was his base. He started as a grappler. And Themba, for as good as he can be on the ground with control, with the body triangle, get in the back, and if he gets the back of Pete Rodriguez, I don't think Pete's going anywhere for like most instances. But his takedowns aren't great, right? His control is not great. He does a lot of things on the ground that gets him in trouble. So even if it goes there, and even if he gets a takedown, I've seen him being swept before, and I think Pete's good enough to survive on the ground if it gets there, and I think Pete's the way better striker. So I'm not like fully in on Pete, because I do need to kind of see him come back. He's only 6 fights in, right? And I've seen him look a little bit lackadaisical at times. So I'm not all in on Pete at this point, but Themba at minus 250, I love the guy, and he definitely can win this fight with wrestling control, but he's just a hard guy to trust with his lacking in striking, in my mind, and lack of total control in the wrestling. If he got takedowns and he had like crazy control all the time, it's like, okay, I get minus 250, but he loses control and loses scrambles a lot, and Pete's very underrated grappler. So I'm going Pete Rodriguez here. I think he's going to get it done, but I don't really trust it too much.
I'm busting his balls a little bit. He's obviously the far more dangerous fighter. Like if this fight ends inside the distance, it's Pete Rodriguez who won. Themba Gorimbo, I think he's the better fighter technique-wise, but he is patient. He takes his time. He'll bounce around, hang out on the outside.
Man. He gets fucking tired. And he's not a quitter. There's no quit in Themba, but he does get fucking tired.
No, and Pete could absolutely win this fight. If I'm Pete's coach, it's going to be, you can't play the outside game. Themba's going to be the better kickboxer at range. You cannot play that game. And I wouldn't be waiting. I wouldn't be waiting for a takedown either. Themba's not
going to have any success on the feet.
I think he'll pot shot his way.
You said you wanted to bet this, but now I did my breakdown, and you kind of
Let's bet.
You heard my breakdown. And you're like, oh no, he's.
Let's
right.
bet. The bet openly odds are 2-1, $100. I win. You give me 50. You win. I give you 100. Do it private on Bet Openly. Bet Openly just added private
on Bet Openly.
Well, last time
I still have $1,000 in Bet Openly. So if somebody wants to take some of this shit, join the Discord. Discord's free. We have a lot of fun in there. And later in the week, we might put up some bets in there that you guys can take my own money. Because this is $1,000. Honestly, I have Angelo's money because he always loses these bets. Every time I do one of these bets, right?
Always.
Direct with friends, right? That's the new feature.
That is the new feature. Correct.
Fighting. Oh, this is going to be good here. What fight are we on?
Shit.
Pete Rodriguez, 213. Yeah, baby. Do you want me to put $100 on it and you have to put 213 on it? Uh-oh.
Spilled my Propel.
Oh, Propel, huh?
Fancy.
I'm doing it.
All right, do it.
Shit.
So while he's doing that, if you don't know what BetOpenly is, it's not a sports book. It is not a casino. It is not a sports book. It is peer-to-peer betting. So Jacob is putting his actual money up, and then I match it with my money. And if Jacob wins, he has my money in his account. And if I win, I have his money in my account. So it is not a sports book. It's not us versus the house. It's us versus each other. So put that link in the chat here, and I'll go ahead and jump on the other side. The feature they just added is private bet. So before you could put up a bet, you would send somebody the link.
It's not getting my location.
We got to mess with the browser settings. Either way.
Well, do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. We're on opposite sides of this fight. I'm a little more confident in my pick than I think he is in his. And we're going to find out. We're going to put our money where the mouth is. Do you trust Pete at 7,000? I think he's a good flyer for a large tournament with multiple entries, but I wouldn't have him in a cash game. What do you think?
I think there's probably a better spot.
Interesting. If you want to check out all the DraftKings insight, but all the bets, the picks, the tools as well, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. It is only $10 a month. You will get 4 events for that month fee. Before you go, let me give you $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets and signs up with any one of our affiliate partners gets $50 as a thank you. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.